Today I'm going just into the outskirts of Sanur, just on the southern side, a place that we don't normally get to because it's blocked off by a mangrove forest. And but what's happened over the past few weeks is there's a new place that's been opened up down here by the government that lets you access those mangroves with a little bit more ease, with a proper formed path or a road, I believe. I haven't been down there before, but I want to check it out. It's called Pantai Sidarkarya, and it's not far from the southern end of Sanur. I mean, I reckon you could walk it along this main road. It'd be pretty unpleasant. A bicycle would be better, or even better still, catch a cab to get down here. So the plan today is to have a bit of a walk around this place, have a bit of a chat about what's going on, about the weather situation, which seems to have improved slightly, and have a chat to a few people. Let's check it out. Okay, Pantai Sidarkarya. Oh, Sidarkarya, not Sidar. Sidarkarya. I was getting pronunciation wrong. Hello, Palaria. All right, we're gonna go for a walk. 1,2 kilo, yeah. Yeah, okay. So 1.2 kilometers, not a big deal. I already paid 2,000 to park my motorbike here, even though I parked it outside. I'm not sure if I was supposed to. Yeah. But like 2,000, I don't care. But if you walk here, I don't think you pay. I don't think you pay. Well, I don't know though, but I think that's the case. And this is what it looks like. So we're in the middle of the mangrove forest. I always saw a track through here on Google Earth, through these mangrove forests, because it's actually next to a creek. Yeah, you can see the creek over here. Yeah, that creek comes down from Dempsey. It's pretty bad, like the rubbish there is pretty bad, but that's not just from now. You can see, because it's embedded into the banks and disintegrated into the banks as well, you can see that that's a multi-decade type of arrangement there. And what's interesting about this place is this is really local style tourism. This is perfect for local style tourism. People come and have a bit of a cycle around here, a run or a walk. Well, they'll use their motorbike to go right to the end. They'll get photos with each other and everything. You sort of see this all around Indonesia, exactly this style, where it doesn't take a lot to get people out and about and excited about a bit of government infrastructure. For example, I know a place in Bandung that was just an awful, awful part of the river in Bandung. And the local mayor said, all right, I'm going to tidy that up. And they're going to put like a, well, he called it a terrace, but basically a large platform where food sellers can go and sell stuff, and you can go there and sort of have a picnic with your family. That place, no word of a lie, was chock-a-block, shoulder to shoulder, every weekend for like years. It's still pretty popular now. The facilities have degraded a little bit, but it's still incredible how a little bit of infrastructure is really appreciated here, because there isn't that much infrastructure for people. So when you start building it like this, absolutely brilliant. One of the things that's interesting about this is that it's not just a walking path, but motorbikes can come here as well. And I was thinking, well, it's a bit sort of unfortunate. Oh, yeah, I thought I could hear a car behind me. I was going to say, the cars come down here as well. Oh, they do, because there is one up ahead. There's a car coming down. I was going to say, it's a bit unfortunate that, you know, they don't block this off and just sort of make you walk it. But then I was thinking, there's this thing in Indonesia, and this is what Indonesians say about themselves. It's not me saying it, but this is the thing, is that Indonesians don't walk. That's the thing. So anytime there's something that requires walking, Indonesians won't do it. So Indonesians don't walk is the catch call, you know. And so if they blocked it off and made you walk 1.2 kilometers, no one would come down here. That's probably what the case is. It's funny because that's sort of an in-joke that Indonesians have with themselves, and they'll say, well, but when I go to Europe, I walk everywhere. I'm crazy, I go everywhere. I walk like 10 kilometers in a day, but in Indonesia, malas jalan. Yeah, so malas is another good word. It sort of translates to lazy, malas, but you can also say it when you mean can't be bothered. So in English, if we say the word lazy, it has a really nasty, well, it can be used really nastily, but in Indonesian, the same word can be used to be a little bit softer as well, like, oh, he's just malas, he can't be bothered. and it's not necessarily a bad thing. It can be. So it has sort of a broader meaning, I guess is the point. Good word to have, because what you can say to someone is, like if someone says to you, oh, you're not going to go in the water? Oh, malas, can't be bothered. It's not like you don't have the energy or anything, it's just a catch-all that says I just can't be bothered. Yeah, oh, malas. Oh, there's a little opening there. There's a dude photographing all those herons or those egrets or whatever they are in there. That's pretty cool. There's heaps of them too. It must be a little fishing zone for them, I would guess, because there are so many in there. I was just coming along here and I spotted in the bushes about, I don't know, maybe 15 metres in the bushes over there in the mangroves, there's some brickwork, like a pylon of some sort, but then it's totally covered over. It's almost looks like a little old temple or something over there. That would be very odd. Yeah, there's a lot of brickwork, that red brickwork. I wonder if that is a little temple there. I don't see anything on the maps about it, but that's interesting. I reckon that whole mangrove area would be really interesting in there to explore. It's probably got some ancient finds in there, I reckon. You won't get me going in there doing the exploring though. There's still the morning here, just after 8 o'clock, so the sun hasn't really started sort of beating down too much yet. I've got a bit of shade, but I can see it just getting a little bit sort of a bit stronger over there. The sky is looking slightly blue. There's a lot of cloud around still, but there is blue there. And that's really great, because that rain that we had was just terrible for almost a week. I mean, the rain's still going on. Oh, there's another one of those brick things over there. Look at that. See over there? I'll see if I can zoom in on that. That's really strange. What is that? It's very old. Interesting. So anyway, getting back to the story, yeah, the rain has stopped. Like, I don't think it rained last night. I didn't hear it. And this morning, the sort of the paths are dry. You can see they're saturated a little bit, but the surface of them is dry. The roads are dry. And all those roads that I walked down when it was flooded are dry. Well, not completely dry. Like, they've got puddles along the side, but like more or less easily navigable. In a motorbike, you can even walk them without getting mud and stuff up your legs. So that looks like an old little dock or something like that. That's a weird little structure, bamboo structure down there, been taken over by the mangroves. Oh, there's bubbles coming out of the mangroves as well. Does that mean there's a mud crab in there? There's guys fishing. Wow, that's interesting. Really interesting. Over there, I can just see these bubbles coming out. Oh, they're gone now, they've stopped. Oh, that's got to be a crab, hasn't it? Yeah, dramatic. Cari apa? Kepiting? Hah? Ikan. Tapi ada kepiting juga. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, a bit of artwork over here. There we go. Oh, I don't know what it means, but that looks like a big sort of clamshell almost, doesn't it? Not sure. Oh no, just a rock. Yeah, pretty cool. So all the fishermen come down here. As I said in some previous videos, fishing is really big in Indonesia these days. It's gotten really just so huge. There's fishing shops and people are getting the better gear, and it's like most hobbies around the world, isn't it? As you get a little bit more money, you buy the better gear and that sort of stuff. And I'm sure these mangroves are a great place for fish as well. Hello. To be honest, it is quite sad to see how dirty the water is. Like, I'm not going to dwell on it too much, but there's a lot of rubbish in there. So this area is the southern part of, well, it's not Sanur anymore, but if you get to Pantai Mertasari and go south, there's a beach there called Muntig Siokan, and you can get on there. I think they charge you, they're supposed to charge you 15,000, but sometimes there's no one there charging the money. You go past there, past some camels that are on the beach, and then there's an old sort of boat wreck along the very end of that, at where the beach sort of ends and the mangroves meet the water, and you can't go any further. Well, about 1 kilometre south of that is this place we're coming up to now, where see all these mangroves in here. There's like 1 kilometre or so worth of mangroves in there, and it's some sort of protected space, which is nice, isn't it? That, and obviously all the environmental benefits of having a mangrove forest, such as, you know, reducing erosion and reducing tsunami risks and that sort of stuff. Time to get the sunnies on now. It's getting a bit bright, and we're coming up to some sort of building and also the end of the road. So that doesn't feel like 1.2 kilometres. That is only 550 metres to here. So 1.2 kilometres return. Well, that's nothing. That is nothing. And you can see over there, you can see that sort of built up area. That is actually Pulau Sarangan, yeah? I've been there before and done a bit of a walk around. That's a nice little area to go and see local style. Over there's also a harbour, so we're very close to the harbour here. I'll see if I can get over there and point it out. Gee, there's some people fishing here though. Heaps of people fishing. Yeah. So this is obviously where people are parking. That's where they wanted me to park my motorbike. But I'm not really sort of interested in just parking somewhere, having a look and then going home. I want to have a bit of a walk around and have a bit of an explore, which is what we're doing at the moment. Oh, puppies. They're cute, aren't they? Hello. Well, they look fairly healthy, not too scrawny. Okay, so yeah, over there is the harbour for boats that go to more or less they go to a few different places, but yeah, the islands, basically, that's where they're going from. There was a boat going from there, and you might have seen Wayne Fiasco de Gama tried to get it a couple of weeks ago. A boat that goes from there to Java, which was started up about a year ago, but I've never actually heard anyone get on it. Like, I've heard of a lot of people saying they want to get on it. Like, I actually tried to book tickets about 6 months ago, and they said, no, the weather's bad. And then when Wayne went there 6 months later, they said the weather's bad. So like, if the weather's bad, it just doesn't go. I don't hold a lot of hope for it. So the rest of that over there, that's all Pulau Sarangan. And then just left of where the harbour is, it gets undeveloped. It's just like bushland forest. That's actually a reclaimed island. So they're reclaiming a huge part of that island for some project, which is highly secretive. You try and get in there and they get really angry. So, because I've tried, and they don't want you in there sort of poking around. Like the fishermen used to go over there as well. They used to be all over there because there's some good fishing spots, and they've been chucked out now, and they're not very happy about the situation either. Yeah, so that's what it's like over here. Interesting. You can actually see Muntig Siokan there. You can see the little ferry port, or not ferry port, what do you call that? A dock or jetty. That's the word I'm looking for. A jetty out there. Yeah. It's interesting. There are a bunch of words related to jetties and ports and docks and stuff in Indonesian. I often get them confused. So there's the word pelabuhan. That's probably the one that you hear most. That's harbour. Yeah. But there's also port, and even in English, port and harbour, I'm not even sure what the difference is. So it's the same word, pelabuhan, in Indonesian as well. But there's also dermaga. Yeah, dermaga means jetty. Dermaga is a really sort of popular one. If you're over at the Gillies, for example, you'd be talking about the dermaga all the time, but you might not be talking about the pelabuhan because it's not really in the Gillies a pelabuhan. It's more of a dermaga. Whereas if you go to the Sanur harbour, that's more pelabuhan, even though they might have a few dermaga there. Yeah, I'm seeing a few of these signs around. So basically, that says Tanah Milik Pemerintah Kota Denpasar. Tanah Milik, yeah. Well, it's basically Tanah means land, Milik means own or owned. Yeah, Pemerintah is government. So you can actually calculate, and Kota Denpasar is city of Denpasar. Yeah, so you can actually calculate it. So land, owned, government, Denpasar. Land's owned by the government of Denpasar. You sort of do it by inference first of all. If you don't speak the language, you can translate the words and go, oh, that's easy, you know. Tanah Milik Pemerintah Kota Denpasar. The land's owned by the government of Denpasar. So this area is part of the city of Denpasar, and Bali's split up into about, I think it's 7, what they call regencies or kabupaten. And Kota Denpasar is a special case because it's actually a city, and it's got the same sort of function really as the other kabupaten. Like, for example, if you're in Kuta, that's Kabupaten Badung. If you're in Ubud, that's Kabupaten Gianyar. So there's different ones depending on where you are. And they're sort of like the local level governments. The equivalent in somewhere like Australia might be a council area, but it's a little bit bigger than a council. It's a bit bigger. Like, it's lower than a state, but it's a bit bigger than a council. But some councils in Australia are big as well. Yeah, that lower level government. There are lower levels than that, but they don't really do a lot. That level, the Kabupaten level, is really important, like the council levels in Australia are as well. After the fall of the government in 1998 here in Indonesia, when Suharto gave up his power and democracy soon followed after that, there was a real push to devolve a lot of the power and money into local areas so that locals can decide how the money will be spent. Now, there's obviously a lot of positives with that, great idea. Problem comes that you get these little fiefdoms around the place, little centres of power. And in some areas, and I'm not saying that's in Bali at all, but in some areas, they are corrupted. And there's been so many corruption scandals at the Kabupaten level. And Indonesia's still trying to figure out how they're going to deal with that in the future. Just on the issue of corruption, in Indonesian, it's called korupsi, same word. And any word that has shin on the end in English, and it will be the similar case in a lot of other languages as well, you can just guess what it is by saying, you put SI on the end, so korupsi rather than corruption. Or you could say delegasi rather than delegation, yeah? Or concentration, konsentrasi. Confrontation, confrontasi. Yeah, like there's similar words. So there's like thousands of those words in English that you already know in Indonesian. So you don't have to learn any more of those. The same as all, like they, I think, have a Latin root. Halo.
Halo.
Lagi apa?
Lagi mau mancing.
Oh ya?
Rakit ya.
Ada biasanya di sini jenisnya apa kalau ikannya?
Ada ikannya namanya kirung, mudo, jangki.
Jangki.
Ya.
Oh. Enak atau enggak?
Enak itu ikannya.
Besar?
Isinya besar lumayan.
Lumayan segitu ya.
Ya.
Oh. Biasanya kalau bawa pulang ke rumah bikin apa?
Goreng.
Oh, ikan goreng. Dan pakai sambal banyak.
Ya. Sambal sor.
Ya, makasih ya.
Ya, sama-sama.
This is all the old mangroves down here. All the little, well, there's a couple of mangroves here with those roots hanging up there. Yeah, interesting spot. Not a lot, like I actually really like this place. I think it's a nice little spot to come and, well, if you've done everything before and you just want to just go for a bit of a walk one morning, like it's easy enough to come here. You get here and back in like a Bluebird taxi or whatever. It costs you hardly anything. It's not that far. Like that Muntig Siokan that I was talking about. Like I said, it's about 1 kilometre. Like from here, if you had to swim it, it's like 300 metres. It's not far at all. In fact, I actually saw on the map that they're calling this Muntig Siokan now, which is a bit weird. I don't know if that's misplaced map pin or what. Look at that bike, big Harley. That's a nice one, isn't it? I've actually got a lot of stuff coming up over the next few weeks, and I'm going to be quite busy, and I think the pace of my video releases might sort of decrease for a little while. In the month of March, a little bit sort of, yeah, decreasing just a little bit. I'll try and do what I can. But yeah, life sometimes gets in the way, doesn't it? And you got to try and find the balance, don't you? Always in life. Even when you're here in Bali, you can get stressed if you're doing too much. And you've got to find that balance. And I think that's important for me at the moment, recognising, you know, I'm probably doing a little bit too much and I've got a few other things coming up that are going to clash. So I need to try and get that balance right.
Small fish.
Small one?
Yeah, the small
GT, baby GT.
Baby GT?
Yeah,
Oh.
there's only one.
Wow. Mau makan nggak? Dikasih ke kucing?
Nah,
Dipakai lagi? Nggak?
ditaruh di freezer nanti.
Oh, kalau ada banyak bikin sop ikan. What's that? I got a spider web on me. Oh no, it's not part of the fishing line. That guy got tied up. So this wet season hasn't actually been a terrible wet season. There's only been a couple of patches where it's been bad. Like that's been my experience. I know a lot of people said, "Oh, it's a terrible wet season." I don't feel that it was that bad, honestly. There was that week there that was very bad, like worse than, you know, I've experienced before. But aside from that, like the earlier parts were great. And now we're at the back end of the wet season. We may not get a heap more rain again from here on in. You might get the odd thunderstorm, but my experience is that as you get to the back end, things tail off a little bit. So hopefully, we've seen the back end of that really bad weather, and it shouldn't really disturb you know, you sort of holiday here, or if you're coming here for a longer period, it shouldn't really disturb it. I'm actually really interested in what they are. I'm going to go and ask those dudes at the front gate what they are. They'll have to know what they are, won't they? Like, they'll be the experts on this place. The other thing I want to know about is that this doesn't look that new. Like, it's not, like, I was under the impression this only opened like a few weeks ago. But this doesn't look like that. Like, this looks pretty old. Like, I don't know what's going on there. Like, how old is this place? It's a pretty big piece of infrastructure, putting this big concrete sort of road through a mangrove forest. So how long has it been here? What's its purpose? Maybe they put some lights in or something like that, and that's the new part of it. I don't know. Or maybe it was just closed to the public and now it's not closed to the public or something like that. I'll find out the answers to those questions because I'm pretty interested in that. What I also find interesting is there's a raised section there. Hello. There's a raised section there that looks man-made. Like, it looks like at some point this was used for some other purpose, and now it's now a mangrove swamp. That's sort of what it looks like. It's a bit strange actually, what's going on here. Lagi apa? Mancing ya?
Yoi.
Ya, dapat apa?
Dapat satu.
Satu. Nanti mau masak ya?
Ya.
Digoreng?
Ya. Bahasa Indonesia.
Mengerti?
Dikit-dikit.
Dikit-dikit. Ya, lumayan. Bisa ngomong, bisa ngobrol.
Dari mana?
Dari Australia. Ya. Sering ke sini?
Enggak, baru sekali aja.
Oh, baru sekali. Biasanya mancing di mana?
Di sana.
Di ujung.
Ya.
Lebih bagus di ujung atau di sini?
Tergantung.
Tapi air itu masuk ke sini kapan? Kalau udah
Banjir.
Oh, banjir. Kalau banjir atau lagi tinggi mungkin?
Tinggi nih, tengok.
Oke. Mari ya. It's a little bit strange. It's like almost like there's like a grid pattern in there. That's what it feels like. So that looks, if it's a grid, obviously it's man-made. I wonder what the history of this place is. Maybe I should get onto Google Earth when I get home and have a look at what the history is, see if it's changed. If it has, I'm going to give you a little montage. Oh, little kingfishers. You can't see them. They are incredible. 2 blue kingfishers, really tiny ones like this, flying along. They were beautiful. If you're a bird watcher, paradise in there. What I'll do, after this video finishes, at the end, I'll do a little montage where you can see the before and after of what this place looked like. Jadi, Pak, baru buka ini atau baru berapa minggu?
Terus, udah hampir 1 bulan, tanggal 16 ya? 16.
17. Oh, 2 minggu berarti.
Yang lalu.
Ya.
Okay.
Dan sebelum buka, ada apa di sini? Karena ini udah lama ada jalanan ini ya? Baru?
Nah, yang tahu ini, yang tahu.
Ya, udah lama yang ini, jalanan ini? Udah lama ada. Tapi ini baru buka untuk apa?
Pastian.
Ini bukan untuk pariwisata, bukan.
Oh.
Ini untuk religi nih.
Oh, so this is, okay, I'm getting it now. This is a religious place for the desa adat Sidakarya supaya bisa ke pantai kalau ada ya ngaben di sini juga. Ngaben.
Plastik.
Yeah, okay, makes sense now. So all the ocean related activities can happen here. Dulu harus kemana?
Mertasari.
Oh, gitu. So before they go to Mertasari, which is a bit far from their village, now they can come down here, got a new access road, and because it's sort of all opened up for religious purposes, of course everyone wants to come down here because it's actually an interesting sort of little place to go and have a bit of a walk as well. Hey, that's pretty cool. Kalau di sini ada seperti ini. Ada kayak gitu.
Tempat di pojok dia.
Sebelah kanan.
Bukan. Lurus kan ada masuk kiri ada pura semua.
Itu bekas pura atau
pura, memang pura ada.
Tapi ini zaman dulu sekali
ya.
Ada mangrove di sini atau mangrove-nya lumayan baru mungkin 10 lama. Udah ada. Karena aku bisa lihat apa seperti ada apa?
Bekas tambak itu loh.
Ya.
Tambak udang.
Oh, zaman dulu sekali. Berapa tahun yang lalu itu?
Wih, saya belum masih SD udah ada saya.
Tahun 80-an ya?
Oh, mungkin 40 tahun yang lalu itu ada
tambak ya.
Dan bako ini pun ditanam sama desa adat.
Oh. Jadi dulu ini kosong.
Oh, dulu Pak.
Oh, wow. untuk udangnya. Oh, wow. There's your answer. We've got all the answers now. That's really fantastic. Makasih ya. Yeah. Well, there we go. We learned a little bit more about this area. So I'm guessing when the bypass was created and a lot of this area changed and the prawn farms were all sort of disbanded, they started to plant the mangroves, and that's what we've got today. All this talk of maybe the rain stopping and all that sort of stuff, it's just started raining. That's just my luck. So I've just come down to Series Coffee Roasters, which you'll probably already know about if you've watched some of my other videos. Really cool coffee shop. I'll show you this. It's actually a busier day today than the previous days I've been here, primarily because the rain's not too bad. Here we go. Now, Susan's already here, that's why I came down here. Here we go. We've got the gang. Remember Mita and Juni? Juni's a doctor, a dentist. She's really cool too. All right, we're moving outside. This crazy guy here, I'm actually gonna get an interview with this guy. This guy's name's Scott. G'day, mate.
G'day.
Scott's got a really good story. It's more than what I can tell on a video today, but what's a bit of your background like? What do you do here?
I hang out,
Yeah.
but live here.
Yeah.
Been here for 18 years.
Yeah,
8 years in Jakarta, 10 years
Yeah.
in Bali.
yeah,
Work in Africa,
yeah.
and originally from Penrith.
All right, so there you go. I'm going to tell that story one day on video, like a full video of it, because he's got a great story, great little house, works in Africa, lives here, hangs out, and just does whatever he wants, but still gets money coming in to live a pretty good lifestyle. It's pretty cool. Hey, look, I'm just going to get a few bits and bites to eat here, see how we go. So if you haven't seen it already, this is what the coffee looks like down here at Series. It's a very serious coffee down at Series. I love that coffee. A great way to start the morning. Fantastic coffee. One of the top ones here in Sanur. Look at that one. That there is a piece of French toast, like a block of French toast with maple syrup and bacon and butter. Like it's pure evil, but it looks good. Let's give it a go. So even the bacon has a bit of salt on it, so that's how evil it is. But that means someone's had a bit of a think about how it's going to taste and really flavoured it appropriately. Let's give it a go. Nice toast.
Somebody's making noise there.
Everyone's salivating.
So if you just pan around here, it's like there's a crowd watching and they're going, They already know it tastes good because it's got a lot of colour to it, a lot of brown, a lot of salt on it. There's bacon, maple. That French toast is actually really done quite well. It's like a brioche. Okay. I've got my head around it now. So I actually I love French toast and I love pancakes, and I generally get disappointed by them. I rarely have one that I'm happy with because I just think, I don't know, they're just a bit meh most of the time. This one is probably one of the best ones I've ever had. Like honestly, that French toast, and I'm going to share it around, don't worry, I'm not that greedy. I'll share a little bit anyway. It is just phenomenal. That toast is brilliant. The bacon's actually really good bacon. It's like, I don't know, it's not like barley bacon. They've done it quite well. It's not like too crispy either. It's got a bit of softness to it like we like in either England or in Australia. Really nice, and that maple syrup goes nicely with it. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. You have to have it. You have to come here and get that. Come out of your way to get it. As I wrap things up, Scott's there getting stuck into my French toast. Look at him like an animal down there. Hey, look, I've really enjoyed taking you down to Pantai Sitakaria today and coming back to Series Coffee Roasters, where I really want to try a lot of the stuff they've got because I really trust their competence and their ability to produce really top level stuff here in Bali, here in Sanur. It's a local for us. Love it. Love it. Oh, Scott's going, oh, it's excellent. Hey, thanks for coming along for the ride today, and thanks for watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button to keep up to date with all things Sanur and the rest of Indonesia. I'll catch you next time, and sampai jumpa.